Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Nailing FX session. This is the wrap-up summary of the session I just completed at 10 a.m. local time here in Biên Hòa. I'm coming to you from Biên Hòa City, Đồng Nai province in Vietnam at the Pegasus Plaza. Every Wednesday at 10 a.m. local time and 4 a.m. in London, 11 p.m. Tuesday night in the U.S. we do our Nailing FX sessions. The session today is broadcast on YouTube, so you can get the YouTube link and review that if you haven't been watching it. For the rest of this month, I will be broadcasting my Wednesday sessions on FX Street. So remember, go to www.tradingwithufos.com/OPA and sign up for free, and you will be getting the notifications for the sessions as they come up. There's also going to be a FX training course done by Andrew, one of our other training instructors. So if you're interested in doing that and getting to know much more about how to use the UFOs on TradingView, that's a good course for you to anticipate. All right, so no disclaimer now because we actually didn't put a trade on this morning. However, we have a watch on the pound. We have a watch on the pound to see if that might work for us. So today we continued with our multiple channel trading analysis. We looked at multiple time frames for the trades, quick review of the 1 hour, 4 hour, 2 trading charts, 3 trading charts, and correlation with the TradingView. Had a lot of questions about how do I set up, how do I go into the trade, what do I do to look for a trade. So he went through that. Also, here is a listing of a lot of resources where you can find back sessions so that you can go back and review sessions. It's a good idea to go ahead and go through one at a time. All right, so remember that the multiple time frame H1, H4 channel, we had the higher time frame channel sitting in the background and the current channel H1 in the foreground. And what we were looking for price to go into the current channel, the H1, as well as move into the high bands of both channels. And obviously if we got an alert in there, and I do have the alert and confirmation indicator available now for distribution. So send an email to fxopabert@gmail.com and request your evaluation, your free evaluation copy. So you'll get an evaluation copy of that. All right, so then we looked at two channels, right? We've done this before. 2 channels and looking at 2 different time frames in the 2 channels using our 3x5, and I explained the 3x5 rule for how to determine which channels, which time frames to use in your 2 channel. Excuse me. But we also looked at the indicator 33 zebra channel. That 33 channel is still in development. It'll be available sometime in the near future. And I like to use the channel trend rather than price trend because I believe personally it's a little more accurate. We looked at contracting channel trend and expanding channel trends. So a little bit in the down channel, how to go ahead and set up for a trade. Here was our 3 chart channels, 3 different time frames, okay, helping us to determine what we should be anticipating, and the best trades to take, in what direction. And then we did a lot of correlation with the MT4 chart and the trading view chart. So we went into hunting for trades. The hunting for trades, let's see, we get rid of all of that. And what we can do here is go to, oh, somebody's playing some music there. That doesn't disturb you too much. All right, let me go ahead and hang on just a second, close my door. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at the pound that we were looking at here. So I'm going to open this up. And as you can see here, this is a daily chart. Daily, I'm pretty sure, yes, daily. All right. With the alert and confirmation. See, alert and confirmation. So I've got that indicator of alert and confirmation now available for evaluation by those of you who are interested in it. All right. And so you can see here, this one would have been a really good trade to take on the daily chart. What happened was we would be looking at the upper band. You see the upper band here. We put our crosshair on the upper band and look to the left and see that there was a very strong slope. Okay, strong slope is probably somewhere 20 to 30 degrees. Anything stronger than that would be really cool. All right, and down here, again, another nice strong slope. This one's about 30 degrees. And so with those two, it's very, very strong. So this was telling me, well, look at the upper band. The upper band at this point, when I got the confirmation, okay, that upper band was telling me I am -1. I've got a strong move to the downside. Or if you want to give it maybe a -2 to, weak to strong, that's up to you. But I just throw in a 1 here, and I've got a -1 here, so I've got -2, and I've got a downtrend, so that tells me that I've got a strong downtrend. I've got to close in the channel, the upper channel here, and so what I'm going to do is then target the lower channel here. So that would have been a 635 pip target with a 315 or so pip stop. So that would have been a nice 2-to-1 big move. Happened on the pound US very quickly. Of course, that was back in March when the COVID thing started. So that was here. All right, so now let's take a look at what's happening and why today I said we want to be starting to be watching the pound for a trade. We got this here, confirmation in the upper band, which would have said, okay, go ahead and take this trade, and the stop up here be about 220 pips stop, and we'll be looking for a target of about 240 to 250. So that would have been a better than 1-to-1. So that would have been good enough to take this trade back at this point in time. Okay, looking at this right now, what do we see? Basically, looking to the left, putting my crosshair at the end of the channel, right at the end of the channel, I see that it's flat. So that's a 0. There's 0. Putting my crosshair down below here, I can see that we are getting it up. So there's a +1. So I've got a 1. I've got a 1 on a generally, now looking at the middle bands here, the middle bands are coming up. So we want to be going long on this, and I've got this alert coming in here. I need to take, and that's why we're watching. This has to, because this is a daily chart, we're watching for the end of the day to come in and go ahead and take this trade, provided our risk reward is going to give us something to go for. All right. Now, obviously, we have to wait till the end of the day because price could move down further, and that would change the perspective that we're looking at. So we're looking at this. So what I did also is take a look at how this correlates with, and we got to go to Google here. And we'll go to Trading View. Go to Chart. All right, so here we are. This is the pound US. Nice setup here. Let me go ahead and bring it up here. All right. Give us more to look at. And now bring up this. Okay. All right, so now we see that we have a correlation here. This arrow here correlates with the auto phase arrow right here, which is, you know, again, yesterday we had an auto phase arrow, but today we have another auto phase arrow. That means that possibly tomorrow we get another auto phase arrow. So that's why we have to wait for the end of the day, and we have to get the confirmation. Okay, so you can see here it's sitting right at the top of a buy zone, the UFO unfilled order buys here, and our target would be back up here. So we've got, looks like better than 1-to-1, obviously, depending on how things shake out. Okay, so we see the correlations, they work. Up here for this trade last week, if we see here was the confirmation of that trade right there, and that trade confirmed inside the upper band. And I look over here and I see that I got a confirmation as well in the upper level here. So there was a good chance for price to move down to the middle band. That would have been a nice trade of 270 pips with a risk of 160. Very good, very nice trade to take. So coulda, woulda, shoulda, but all these examples. So stay tuned, watch weekly, send the email fxopabert@gmail.com if you'd like to get some of these indicators for evaluation. And I will see you next time. Make sure you tune in next week, next Wednesday, for the live session at 10 a.m. on Wednesday in FX Street. So long for now. Have a great week and good trading.